Bada bing, bada bam.
Welcome to this week's Bacon a Mystery, Bacon a Murder episode. Listen, I know it's been a minute since we've done one of these, but I'm back. I'm going to be back with you here this week and next week with the book In My Dreams, I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. Listen, I heard a lot about this book and it was all over TikTok and they said, you can't put the book down. And I said, you know what? Watch me because I'm in South Korea. You think I'm going to be in the hotel room reading this? Yeah. It's actually really good. Okay, I did not want to go outside. We ordered takeout because I wanted to just sit here and read this book. So I'm just going to get started. Now, the main person we follow is a girl named Jessica. She is a corporate baddie. Listen, Jessica had me fooled for the first few pages. I thought, I'm going to stand this bitch so hard. I will go to war for her. She will wear 6-inch heel stilettos to work and rip apart the guys in suits every single day in the conference room. And I'm thinking, honestly, slay. Because what I be thinking in conference rooms, have you guys seen that TikTok of the girl who's in the conference room? And she's like, what I be thinking the whole meeting? Now, how'd they get this conference table in this room through the door? Okay? How'd they get up 60 floors through that door?
I think about our shower a lot. I'm like, how did they get this thing all the way up here?
The bathtub, right?
Like the glass is so big.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it fits.
Oh, yeah. And then I'd be thinking about, we have some workout gear. I'm like, how are we going to get it out the door when we move? Every time I think about that, okay? So she is a slay. She was just promoted to being the youngest woman ever named partner at the consulting giant that she works for in New York City. Which I was like, okay, yes, a main character that we love. But then the next page, I don't know how likable she is. She is the type to say that she... Guys, I never wanted this promotion. Meanwhile, she has been working overtime at work every single weekend, sending her boss progress updates while throwing you under the bus just to get that promotion. She wants so desperately to make it all seem so easy and natural to her, but she is working her ass off 24/7. She acts unfazed by this promotion, but she has a daily news article of her being a corporate underdog to watch out for. She is hanging it on her fridge. Her friends come over for her. Oh, stop. Oh my gosh. Stephanie bought that for me and she made me hanging up on the refrigerator and I didn't want to. It's so embarrassing. Meanwhile, she bought it herself. She's got 6 more in her office drawer.
What did she hang up?
It's like a little corporate article about her. How she's the underdog to watch out for. Rising corporate baddie, consulting baddie. And meanwhile, she's got 6 more in her office drawer and she's mailing them out to her parents too, okay?
So she's like hustling.
Yeah, and which that much is fine, but she has this thing where she wants to be utterly perfect. She wants everyone to see the perfection in her and be so jealous of her that they feel like they don't even stand a chance. You can hate her, you can love her, but you have to admit she's perfect. That's what she wants, which Jessica is very aware that this is mental illness. She did see a therapist. She did see one. And she told her exactly that one time. I just want to be perfect. The therapist is like, do you know that it's actually impossible to be perfect? And she thinks her therapist is a dumbass. It's not about being perfect. It's about being perfect compared to everyone. It's about being best. It's about being number 1.
So that's a main character.
Yeah. I did see on TikTok that every single character in this book is fucking unlikable.
Wait, what kind of book is this?
It's a thriller book.
Oh.
Okay, the premise of this whole book.
So this is
I'm
not
turning into an egg. Okay, I am morphing.
So this is not a fantasy romance novel.
Honey, you think she goes from consulting to the Fae world?
No, I mean, I thought she was gonna run into a badass CEO or something.
No, this is a thriller book where she goes back to her college reunion and there's 7 best friends. One of them died. And we go back to the college reunion and it's like a back and forth between current time, her past in college, and then like the college reunion. It's a whole thing and they're all fucking each other. Oof.
Tell me more.
Okay. So Jessica will spend hours standing in front of the mirror in her stunning New York City apartment, just slowly brushing her hair, examining her nose. That's perfectly straight. Of course it is. The high cheekbones on her face. And she thinks to herself, you, Jessica Miller, you are beautiful. But then she leans in and then she starts making out with the mirror.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. She does not do that. But I think she's like one alcoholic beverage away from doing it. Like she's a little bit psychopathic. I don't know how else to describe her. She's unhinged. She's got a few loose screws. She says, an enviable list of past boyfriends, my own apartment in the most prestigious city in the world, a full closet, and an even fuller ass, and an even fuller passport, high SAT scores, any way you slice it, I'm good. Top percentile of human beings, you could say, in terms of success.
Well, she says she's, full closet?
Full closet.
And the full ass?
Fuller ass and the fullest passport. She be traveling the world, okay?
So she's rich.
She's hot and she's dating hot guys. Listen, I don't know. I feel like one lunch with her and I would probably jump off the roof, okay? Like I would have a hard time finding common ground with this girl, okay? But the minute she starts feeling good about herself, her brain tells her everything that she has failed at, every second place that she has ever received, she will drop the hairbrush, clitter clacker, onto the sink dramatically, like she's just seen a ghost. Yeah, the ghost of being a human, okay? Jessica Miller is terrified, though. She sees the ghost of mediocrity. But she knows deep at her core, she is so painfully mediocre on the inside, okay? That she must make up for it on the outside. She even hates her name. Jessica Miller, one of the most common last names in America. She's not exceptional. She's mediocre.
I was going to comment on that name, but...
Yeah, I feel like you're just mentally unwell and that's okay. But I have a feeling that we're in for a ride. So she ends up going to Duquesne University for college. And it's one of those super fancy private schools that you see like the brochures about. It's on the East Coast. You got that big grass lawn in the center of the campus and everybody be picnicking on the grass lawn. And then they have like all the crazy, I never went to college, okay? How am I supposed to know? The book didn't tell me. It's like one of those fancy colleges. It's a fancy private school college. They've got the dining halls. Everything is giving old money boarding school vibes. Just keep that in mind. The students be wearing sweaters tied around their shoulders before it became an old money aesthetic. Polo to them is not a brand. It's a sport, okay? Exactly. And I fear our girl Jessica somehow peaked in college because she has been foaming at the mouth for the past 10 years. The past decade of her career, the past decade of her existence has been mounting up for this moment.
College reunion.
To get a letter in the mail. She gets home from working out because of course she works out.
I thought she's like promoted at work.
Yeah.
But you say she peaked in college, or she's just doing really well in school?
No, she peaks in college because everything she does afterwards is to show everyone in college, see, I beat you. Yeah, she got a chip on her shoulder, okay? So she gets home from working out one day. I feel like she probably cycles. I feel like this bitch is a spin cycler. Do you know what I mean? She's at Soul Cycle and she's like aggressive right next to you. And you're like, bro, can we just take it easy? We're in the back for a reason. But she's going in. That's her. She gets home. She breaks her number one rule, which is landing her ass on the couch without changing out of her outside clothes. But today's a very different day. She's holding up this big, heavy envelope in her hands. Duquesne University. She can just tell there's a wax stamp with this blood red emblem, the university emblem right in the middle, and her hands are shaking and she looks down because this is the day that she has been waiting for since she graduated college. College reunion. You are formally invited to Duquesne University Homecoming, October 5th through 7th. We look forward to welcoming you back to Reunion Weekend, a beloved tradition of Duquesne. Come relive your Duquesne days and celebrate your many successes and those of your classmates since leaving the Crimson campus. Jessica is orgasming. She's like running her fingers over the embossed letters. I mean, she herself will be the first one to admit her obsession with this reunion is unhealthy. I mean, the thought of seeing the most important people in her life, though, they called themselves the East House 7. Mint, Caro, Frankie, Coupe, Heather, Jack, and Jessica. These were the 7 responsible for the best days of Jessica's life, but also the worst days.
So there are guys and girls?
Yeah. But she never imagined that even at their worst, that one of them would never make it out of college and another one would be accused of murdering them.
So 7 people, including her.
Yes.
1 died, 1 was the murderer.
Yes. So there's like 5 people.
That's outside.
Yes.
Got it.
And that's how the East House 7 fell apart, which tends to happen when someone gets murdered, doesn't it? Right? Kind of puts a damper on things, okay? And the whole campus has been talking about it. So back when they were in school, Heather's not going to be at the reunion because obviously she's dead. We find out Heather's the dead one. And Jack is obviously not going to be at the reunion because he's the one that allegedly killed her. Anyways, but the others, Mint, Caro, Frankie, and Coupe. Listen, I do want to say these names were a lot in the beginning. I'm like, who the names their kid Mint? Okay, what's his middle name? Chocolate Chip, bitch? What? Okay, Caro is short for Caroline, so I give it a pass, okay? Now, even Courtney's gonna be there. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna find out. Regardless, none of that is important. Who's gonna be there, who's not gonna be there is not important because Jessica has been spending every waking moment to make sure that she is perfect for this. They can finally see who she really is, how perfect she is. Listen, bitch, they're gonna be so drunk, girl, that you're gonna be lucky if they see you at all. She can already envision it though. When she closes her eyes, walking in, everyone gathered around, eyes turning, gasping as she walks through, conversations halting, people dropping their drinks, music, the DJ cuts the music. Where the is the DJ? We don't know. Is that Jessica Miller? Oh my God, now that I think about it, she always was the prettiest girl. Did you hear she made partner, youngest woman ever? She's gonna be on the cover of Forbes one day. That's what Jessica wants. No, that's what Jessica needs. She's literally daydreaming about how Caro will gasp when she sees her. Frankie will say, wow, even though I only date models, you are the prettiest girl I've ever met.
What?
Okay, this is giving my daydreams in middle school. When I
Frankie only dates models?
Oh yeah, but damn girl, you are the hottest one I've ever met. Courtney will be so jealous she's gonna throw up right then and there. Jessica is practicing how to act embarrassed when everyone asks her, just how much money do you make at your consulting firm? She's secretly gonna tell them, but in an embarrassed way. Like, stop, it's not always about money. And Coupe's not gonna be able to take his eyes off of her. That's what she's going to this reunion for.
Is she okay?
No. No. But what's crazy is I think she's one of the more okay ones in the head. Well, actually, I don't know about that. Okay. She's pretty much, her noodles kind of melting up there a little bit. A little overcooked. Yeah. But anyway, before the reunion, Jessica has to go see Jack. Ring a bell?
Yeah, in the prison, right?
No.
Oh.
At a bar. Jack's not going because, I mean, technically he is invited to the reunion. He just could never show up. Jessica goes to the very bad part of New York City. She makes it very clear.
Is Jack not the one that accuses of murder?
Not enough evidence to put him behind bars.
Oh.
So Jessica goes to the bad part of town and joins Jack at his favorite bar. And there is always this guilt in her heart when she had to see him. It's like his life stopped when he turned 22 and everybody else's lives kept going. I mean, well, obviously not Heather because you're dead. But usually that's how it works. Also, guys, I do want to preface that this is a fictional story, okay? Sometimes people like be cutting into middle of videos and be like, how is she talking about death like that? This is fake. Anyway, she shows up at the bar. He's already sitting in the booth sipping whiskey. Jack is handsome. He's always been handsome, but he's been looking very weathered. Long hair, scruffy beard, like he's trying to hide his face. He used to be the most clean-cut youth group leader, but now it looks like he's seen some shit. It's been a while since Jack called Jessica in the middle of the night. He would always do that. He would call her in the middle of a panic attack screaming, I can still see Heather's body. I can still see her body. What do? I still see her body. It's been a minute since that. Jack was Heather's boyfriend in college. He was accused of killing Heather senior year of college, and a few months later, he was basically run off campus. Every time he crossed the campus street, people would be running to the other side. They'd be pointing at him, calling him a killer. Nobody believed that he was innocent, no matter how much he insisted. Everybody stayed away from him. They made it known that he was a killer. But not Jessica. Jessica always stuck by him, even when it doesn't really make sense because, I mean, the scissors used to stab Heather 17 times were found under his bed in his dorm room. She had been stabbed multiple times. Witnesses saw Jack and Heather fighting, screaming at each other a few hours before her body was found. I mean, the evidence is damning, but not enough for police to convict for some reason. But enough for the whole world to think that this guy is guilty, that he is the killer in their eyes. But not Jessica. She would be the one to pick up every time he called during a panic attack. He's been good for a few years now, but he still isn't able to talk about Heather without his voice shaking. And he won't fully break down, but Jack is trying to comfort her at the bar. have fun, okay? Let me know how things have changed. You don't have to be guilty that you're going to go hang out with everyone. Yeah, what should I report back on? She's sipping her wine. Oh man, okay. So Caro and Coupe, right? How did Coupe propose to Caro? When's the date? What is she going to wear? Did she pick her dress? Jack's not invited to the wedding, which they both ignore that. You think they hooked up in college too? I mean, who would have guessed? It was just so random, the two of them. I never knew that they were even attracted to each other. Yeah, Jessica takes a sip of her drink. Sure, yeah, I will get all the details for you. I totally forgot that they were getting married soon, which is a complete lie. When Jessica found out that they were getting married, when they were getting engaged, she threw her laptop across her New York City apartment, shattering the screen. Which, by the way, Caro is her best friend. Keep that in mind. Actually, I'm going to need a full report on Coupe. What does he look like now? Did he cut his hair? Jack always wanted to be like Coupe, but he could never pull it off. Coupe was like the bad boy of the group. He was the one that didn't come from a privileged background. Okay, well, neither did Jessica, but he really did not come from a privileged background. He was the one that wore motorcycles. He didn't care about getting into a fraternity. Everybody else in the group did. They all wanted to join a fraternity or a sorority, but not Coupe. And Jack was so jealous of him. Jack was like a rule follower in college. They don't really need to know too much about Caro because Caro is always Caro. She's the one that constantly updates everybody on Facebook. She's the only friend out of the 7 for the past 10 years that has still been reaching out every single holiday, every single birthday, just to catch up. How are you? She's like the golden retriever of the group. She has been the same since college. She hasn't even changed in the slightest. Oh, you got to tell me about Mint. Does he still look like a movie star? Or has his hairline like finally receded like his dad? God, I don't know if I want him to still be handsome or if his hair is falling out. Because honestly, if his hair is falling out, he deserves it. I can't believe he left law school to rescue the family business. I just, there was always something off about his family, Remember in senior year when Jack stops. Sorry, Jess. I'm a fucking idiot. I didn't mean to. Jessica smiled. Okay, it stung, but she's really good at fake smiling. Mint was her college boyfriend from freshman year to senior year.
Okay, so Jack is not invited.
Yes.
But Jessica has a relationship, like still close to Jack. She's the only
one in the group.
I see. And she hasn't seen anyone else.
She went to an engagement party like a year ago.
Oh.
But they rarely see each other.
Okay.
It's like, I guess maybe they'll go to like a life event here and there, like a wedding.
Okay.
But not much.
Okay.
Jessica's smiling, but it still stings. Mint was her college boyfriend for 4 years, and the only reason that she stayed part of the group for 4 years, probably. The only person that ever made her feel special. And not because he made her feel special because he's a great boyfriend, but dating him made her valuable by association. He's the son of the richest guy on campus. His parents are loaded. Yeah.
Okay.
So his social standing on campus is like the top. The breakup was the hardest thing she ever went through. She thought she was destined to marry this guy. Don't worry, that was so long ago, Jack. I literally could not care less. I'm excited to see Mint and Courtney. I hear they're very happy in their newlywed life together.
Courtney?
Yes.
And Mint got together? Mm-hmm. Wow. The circle is way too small, y'all.
Too small. Okay, like y'all ever heard about meeting someone after college? Says the girl who met her boyfriend and husband super early. But like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. You gotta taste some Skittles outside I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. Jess, I always felt bad for Courtney. Underneath all of her designer clothes and the bitchiness, Courtney always just seemed like an insecure little girl, desperate to be liked. But really, Jess, I want you to have fun for the both of us. Fun. Yeah, she's not going there for fun, okay? She's going to have way more than that. Yeah, sounds good. When I get back, I would love to meet Will. Will is Jack's boyfriend, but Jack keeps things pretty separate, which is fair because Jessica is part of his old life in college. He doesn't even talk to his parents anymore. Everyone part of his old life, Jack's old life, thinks he's a killer, or there's like that emotional baggage of everything he went through. It's like a reminder of what he went through in his past life. So his new life, he keeps it very separate. So now Jessica, being a close friend of Jack's, has never met his boyfriend. And the whole little bar date goes well until Jack says, thanks for coming to see me. I'm glad you never changed. Seriously, 10 years and same old Jess. She spits out her, what are you talking about? This dress is designer. Look at the hair and the nails. I've been in page 6. I've been to Europe. Like I've done tours of Europe like 8 different freaking times. I'm totally different now.
She mad?
Yeah, but Jack laughs because he thinks she's joking because that's weird. He gets up, kisses her on the forehead. Never stop being you, sweetheart. You're one of the good ones. What the fuck? She does not want to be a sweetheart. How pathetic is a sweetheart? How uninteresting is the word sweetheart? But he's about to walk out when something interesting happens right before he leaves. He turns around like those old movies with the detectives.
And he smacks the door frame.
Yes.
He goes,
yes. One more thing. One more thing. Say hi to Eric Shelby for me. Jessica nearly chokes on her wine. Eric Shelby, that's Heather's younger brother. He was a freshman when they were seniors, and when Heather died, Jessica remembers him on campus screaming at Jack, "Murderer! You're gonna pay for what you did!" He had to be dragged away from Jack. There's probably nobody alive that hates Jack more than Eric Shelby does. Why the hell would he want her to say hi to him for him?
why would that guy be there if this is a reunion for their class?
She has no idea.
Okay.
So we get flashbacks to Jessica's life when she's in the 4th grade because, I don't know, this girl's got issues. She has a chip on her shoulder since the beginning of time, and I'm assuming it's all going to come full circle, or maybe this is explaining why she's so obsessed with being noticed. She only felt validated when she got hundreds on grades. She wanted attention from her teacher. She had this one teacher that always showed her a little bit of extra love, would always write little hearts and smiley faces on her little pages when she gave back the 100 grades. But then one day there's a field trip. They're about to go. They're boarding the buses and Jessica had to use the restroom. She gets to the bus and they're all gone. All the buses are gone. She goes to the principal's office and they realize that they left her. They just forgot her. I don't know if they didn't do a head count or what, but they just left. Eventually, her favorite teacher comes running in at the end of the day when they get back. I mean, for the life of me, we did a head count when we got to the museum, and for the life of me, I cannot figure out who we left behind. And Jessica is sitting right there. And the administration whispers, Jessica Miller has been waiting all day for you guys to get back. Oh my God, Jessica M, that's right. Oh,
Jessica M?
There's so many Jessicas in this grade. Even getting into Duquette was a big deal. But her dad went to an Ivy League. Duquette is only the 16th best college in the country, okay? Jessica was never the best, and she was never noticed. Even later in high school, the guys were passing around this thing of like the 10 hottest girls that they want to in like high school, I guess.
Yo.
Which all the girls were like, that's absolutely disgusting and vile and like so misogynistic and sexist. Meanwhile, Jessica is like, I need to know what number I am on that list. I need to know. And she's going through the list. She thought she's got to be at least 3, right? 4, 5?
She's not on there.
She's not even on there. They freaking forgot that she existed. So they get to college.
I don't think they forgot.
No, she's pretty. She's pretty. But she's just forgettable, apparently.
Oh, so you think they forgot?
Yeah.
I think as a guy, I'll tell you they didn't forget.
Now, first day of college, Jessica is crying already because everybody seems to quickly make friends somehow. And she gets paired with this quiet ass girl named Rachel who seems anxious. And anytime Jessica breathes too loud in the room, Rachel's like looking at her like, why are you breathing like that? Okay. Which I'm like, am I Rachel? I'm just kidding. She has to hide in her comforter to cry, okay? She's got no friends. She's invisible. And she's just being left for the field trip all over again. That's what it feels like. She can hear people all the first week, 2 weeks in, people getting drunk, laughing, walking through their dorm hallways. And she's just sitting there, no friends. First weekend, she sees the most beautiful girl, 2 girls walking together through the hallway. I mean, this is the most beautiful girl she had ever seen in her life. Unfair genetics, shiny blonde hair. I mean, she fell half in love and half of her wanted to kill her. Half of her wanted to be her. The other percentage wanted to fork her. She doesn't even know. The amount of admiration she had for her was overwhelming. The other girl, her friend, is pretty, but more than that, it's just her confidence that makes her stand out more. She's not the prettiest girl compared to the ultra pretty girl, okay?
Whoa. Oh, so 2 girls. One of them
Yes.
is like crazy. The other one is just kind of pretty.
She's kind of pretty, but more so she just has this confident air about her. She seems so comfortable in her skin and it makes her charismatic. That makes Jessica jealous. Beautiful girl, the pretty girl, is clinging onto her arm, onto the confident girl's arm. Yeah.
So which one is she more drawn towards?
She has no clue yet.
Okay.
Both of them cut like a knife to see them together. Just two stunning, confident girls clinging onto each other. It's like everything she'll never be. Next day, during orientation, another girl bumps into her. Caroline Rodriguez. But you can call me Caro. She's pretty. You know, she laughs with her whole body. She's tiny, like absolutely petite. She seems like she's Colombian. We later find out. She's got this delicate collarbone where she wears the thinnest little gold cross, and she seems to touch it whenever she feels a little bit anxious or nervous. So Caro is the nice one that never changes, remember? Caro? She's engaged to Coupe.
Yes.
And she's the nice
she's
friend.
The one that's reach out.
Yeah,
all
that
the time.
calls every holiday. She's
the one that's wearing a cross right now.
Yes.
Got it.
They sit down at the campus lawn together, just kind of bonding. Caro is opening up already. Her mom never let her watch TV growing up, you know? And Caro gets up all the Heather! Shit. One of the girls, the confident girl, starts walking over. Beautiful, but Jess is analyzing her now that she's closer. No wonder she's not as pretty as the pretty girl. Her forehead's too big. It throws off her whole facial symmetry. But her dress screams money. There's no branding on it, but the way that it's made, she can just tell that it's made from a lot of, I was going to say thread count. I don't know, bitch. Okay, it was made out of high quality material. Jessica wants to reach out and touch it. Hi, I'm Heather Shelby. Jessica Miller. She has a firm handshake. There's just this air of confidence. I guess when you grow up with money, you kind of have that. And they start talking, and Jessica's mad because Heather didn't notice her. Heather's like, oh, what house are you in? Oh, I live in the East House dorms. Oh my God, same here. They live in the same dorm. She noticed Heather, but Heather never noticed her. While talking, Carol leans in. Don't look now, but there's this guy in our dorm who is the epitome of everything my mother warned me about. And he's walking over right now. Stop, I said don't look.
Heather saying this right now?
Carol,
okay.
Heather and Jess both look. Okay, eyeballs glued. Heather, he sticks out. He's wearing black boots, t-shirt with collar hanging out. So all of the guys at this school, they dress like prep boys. You know, sweater vest. But this guy, he's got a tattoo peeking out of his sleeve. He's wearing black boots. He's tall, dark hair. His jaw is so cut, it could slice Parmesan cheese, like a whole wheel of Parmesan cheese. He's hot. He's got some juicy ass lips. Yeah, I don't know. There's an emphasis on his full lips in the book. God, my mom would take one look at him and faint.
Mom?
Yeah. So
can we not?
The boy turns and his eyes land straight on Jessica and her mouth starts to get dry. His eyes are light. It's weird. He's got this dark hair, but his eyes are just like this gray color. He has this intoxicating look and he has a little small smirk. Heather smiles. Oh, he's hot. But in the one time get the boy out of your system kind of way. Guys, I've moved on to nice guys. But every girl has to go through the rite of passage sometime.
Heather said that?
Yeah.
Kind of a pick me, huh?
Jessica's starting to panic. I mean, am I crazy or is he walking over here? Well, he's definitely coming closer. The guy starts walking over and he pops a boot on the bench.
Pops the boot on the bench?
Yeah, he's got like one leg up on the bench. Like a little motorcycle boy. You know what I mean?
That's weird.
Hey, he pulls out a blunt. Jessica starts panicking.
I thought he pulled another leg onto the bench. He just boom, hop on the bench.
He's just like a frog. Yeah. He's just a frog.
He goes, hey.
I thought you were going to say he just pops out his dick. Hey. I don't know. Okay. He pulls out his blunt. And Jessica looks alarmed. Wait, what are you doing? Okay, they're on campus right now in the middle of the campus lawn. There's professors. There's administrators. This is literally orientation week. What, you don't smoke? Heather's the first to jump. Well, I'll take the risk as long as it's good weed. Life's too short, you know? Kara shakes her head. Oh, no, I'm good. The way he sticks the joint in his mouth and pulls out the lighter from his pocket, lights up the joint and sucking up the flames. I mean, running his hand through his hair. He's an octopus. He's got 8 arms. He's got 8 tentacles. He's doing a lot in one smooth motion. And his eyes are fixated on Jessica. Brandon Cooper, but you can call me Coupe.
Brandon Cooper. Coupe.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend. No.
Caro's future boyfriend. Mint is her boyfriend. Mint chocolate chip. Yeah.
Caro.
The nice girl.
Carl?
Yeah, the nice girl.
I see.
Yeah. East House, floor 3. Okay, so the gathering so far. Cooper is the guy that Jack is trying to emulate even 10 years after college. He's the bad boy that Jack wants to be. But he's also engaged to Caro, the nice girl.
Yes.
The nice Colombian girl. But Jessica threw her laptop when she found out that they're engaged.
Because she really liked him.
But she's dating Mint for 4 years.
Yes.
So it's kind of interesting. Jessica Miller, East House, floor 4. I know.
Oh.
And he smirks, reaches into his pocket, and pulls out a small piece of paper. Like one of the fortune cookie papers.
Pulls out a small
pulls out a small pee.
Okay. Small piece of, okay.
Okay, I got this for you. What? I saw you around. I thought of you. I was originally going to tape it to your door, but what do you know? You're here. They're holding eye contact when a voice screams, Coupe! And across the grassy lawn, 3 guys, they all turn. I mean, it's like one of those college montage jocks walking over. Someone's throwing a football. They catch it in slow motion. Another guy's doing like the arm clap with another guy, and the girls are ogling at them as they pass by, and it's all in slow motion. Okay, that's what's going on right now.
So 3 new guys come over?
And they're friends with Coupe.
Okay.
And the one in the middle... beautiful, golden. There's no other words. His skin is gold. His hair is gold. His eyes are crystal blue. He looks like summer. He looks like the golden prince. His teeth are insane. And his clothes, I mean, if everybody screams old money.
Are gold.
They're yellow as fuck.
No, just like grill. Like a rapper. All gold.
Okay.
My name's Little.
My name's Lil Mint Chocolate Chip, bitch.
Oh, that's Mint?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and he's wearing this navy blazer, navy trousers. If everybody screams old money, he screams ancient. Carl leans over. Are we in an Abercrombie catalog? They walk up and start teasing Coupe about smoking weed on campus. One of the guys next to the Golden Prince, you know, if Coupe is bad news, he looks like the guy you bring home to mom. It's Jack. Very clean cut, hair brushed to the side, cardigan steamed, the tie is straight. He's wearing a tie in college, y'all, okay? 18-year-old that pays taxes already. He's got a timeshare in Tampa, Florida. That's the vibe. That's the fucking vibe. Hi, I'm Jack. The golden boy, Mint, okay? Well, his name is Mark Minter, but everybody calls him Mint because nobody can stick by their government-given name for some reason in this book. You know, because who would name their son Mint? He's the heir to a real estate empire. And to the other side of Mint is Frankie. Frankie football. Remember it like that. Frankie, the football star. Dad's a football coach, heavily invested in his life. They joke that his dad wants to rip Frankie's face off and wear it like a mask around campus pretending to be him. His dad is vicariously living through him. Yeah.
That's creepy.
Yeah, so they're all standing around. Coupe and Heather are smoking the blunt, and they're joking about religion. Frankie, the football star, is Catholic, and he assumes Caro's Catholic because she's wearing a cross on her neck. But she's like, I'm Colombian. Are you saying that every Colombian is Catholic? I'm actually Presbyterian. Jack is Southern Baptist. He's from the South. And Mint jokes that the only religion that his parents worship is money. Jessica can just tell that he's rich. The way that he talks about everything. You know how most people are like, oh, I went to Europe once on vacation. He goes, where do you summer? What the fuck does that mean?
Jack said that?
No, Mint. Mint chocolate chip. Mint money, you know? He's like, where do you summer?
Oh, that's such a good one.
I know. Where do you winter?
Yeah, where do you fall?
Where do you fall? Into your arms.
Where's spring?
You're springing up for me.
What the fuck was that? That was
Subliminal.
weird.
My throat was opening up.
That was weird. It was a weird noise you're making.
I was biologically responding. Physiologically.
That's good, guys. Use this. When you go back to school, just be like,
Where'd you summer?
Where'd you summer?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
That's
yeah.
such a good one.
Such a good one. Yeah. If you asked me, I'd be like, my Bible study. It's called VBS, Vacation Bible Study Summer Camp. Okay, it's in the woods in Georgia. You ever been? Now, they turn to Heather. Frankie asks, what about you? My parents only worship the one true God. Me? She glances over at Jack. So Heather, the very confident girl, the rich, confident girl, is into the straight-laced Jack. Because remember, they start dating, and she looks at him. You should try it sometime. Worshipping me?
Heather is the one that died?
Yeah, and Jack is the one that's accused of killing her.
But, okay, and where is that? The other girl you said, it's very, very beautiful next to Heather.
Courtney. She's coming soon. That's Courtney. She marries Mint later.
Wait, so there's 8 people or 7 people?
Okay, Courtney is not really part of their group.
Oh.
But she's like kind of around.
In and out. I see.
Now, Jack turns bright red and everybody is goofing off at him because it's like, come on, you can't even handle a little pickup line. And Jessica notices Mint turns to look at her. At Jessica, grinning at her. And it was the most thrilling experience of her life. The richest one, the most beautiful one is smiling at her. And Jessica makes a joke about Heather having brass balls, which I don't understand the joke.
Brass balls?
She's like, well, someone's got brass balls. I don't know what that means. But the whole table laughs. And Jessica is addicted. This is the feeling that she wants from now on, to get validated by this group of people, to make them laugh, to have Mint, the Mark Minter, look at her like that.
I see. So it sounds like she really liked the bad boy at the beginning, but because of, what's his name?
So
Mint is the richest.
Yeah, okay. Jessica likes Coupe. I think that she loves Coupe, but she is a status chaser.
Yeah.
Because she has so many insecurities about her own status.
Yeah, so she wants to stick by.
Yeah,
got it.
Now,
Mint.
they turn to her, but Jess can't tell them, oh, my dad struggles with the fact that he graduated from Harvard, but he's working as an accountant at some random company, and he has an addiction to pills, and he's a lowlife, and now he can't even really hold down a job or make money, but he still feels like he's better than everyone because of his college degree. He peaked in college, and my mom is simple. She does whatever my dad hates, okay? Dad worships being the best, even though he can never be the best. Mom worships comfort and mediocrity, okay? How do you explain that? So she just changes the topic. Why are we talking about religion on a Friday like some bunch of theology nerds? The bigger problem here is, what the hell are we doing tonight? Frankie pumps his fist on the table. Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Phi Delta anything but clothes party. You can wear anything but clothes to the party. We got invites from the fraternity brothers. We can bring you. So Jessica said, it felt like magic. Each of these 6 other people around her, because there's 7 of them total, it feels like they're stars in the galaxy and they're pulling her into their gravitational pull. She feels like she fully belongs to them. She worships them. She feels like she had died and was born again on that lawn right then and there.
So they just met.
Yeah.
These 7, like some of them already know each other, but they just met. And she's like, these are the people that I want to be a group of.
Yes, because I think that they're the coolest people of the grade that year, of their class.
Are they? They are?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Now, the next day, she wakes up from the anything but clothes fraternity party, which was cool, okay? She opens up the tiny piece of paper. Remember that Coupe, the bad boy, gave her, the fortune cookie?
Uh-huh.
And it reads, today something starts that will never end. Jessica says she tapes it to her door. And she just remembers being so young, so naive. She had no idea what exactly that would mean. Now, school looks like one of those boarding schools, like those old, what do you call them? Dark academia boarding schools. And Jessica remembers being dropped off at the edge of campus. And there was this white stone with the school's motto, their promise. We will change you, body and soul. That is the school motto. Oh, yeah. Somewhere in my house, there is a drawer of shame, and it is dedicated to the tubes and tubes of mascara that I bought, but I didn't like it. Every single one of them promised me that they were going to make my eyelashes look long and thick and just voluptuous. But I feel like, I don't know if this is true, but I feel like most of them just gave me a sty because I have very sensitive eyes, and I guess they use a lot of chemicals and stuff. But I have been hunting for a mascara that gives me that luminous, voluminous look without getting styes to make my eyes look bigger, like a doe in headlights kind of vibe. But none of those mascaras lived up to their name, except for one. Thrive Cosmetics Viral Turquoise Tubing Mascara. I honestly went into this thinking it's going to be like all the other mascaras I have because it went viral on TikTok. And here's the reason why they have thousands of 5-star reviews on their mascara. Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara instantly makes your eyelashes look like you put on lash extensions. Like, look at my eyelashes. They're really short, but the mascara makes it look so long. I'm barely wearing any eyeshadow because I just want my eyelashes to steal the show. I will shove my eyeball up to the camera. Look. Do you see that? Do you see that?
You look creepy.
Do you see that? That is insane, okay? I mean, they look so good. I mean, I don't want to scare you, but a lot of people have complimented me on my eyelashes, and I never received compliments on my eyelashes before I started using Thrive Cosmetics. Truly, I mean, the first thing that the RM team asked me was, are you wearing lashes again? Fake lashes? Because they know how traumatized I was during my falsie phase, and they're like, please don't do that. But I told them it was mascara. It's crazy. With this mascara, you don't even have to worry about clumping or flaking, and it's so easy to remove. All you have to do is use warm water, and it just slides right out without leaving any smudges. That's all thanks to Thrive Cosmetics tubing mascara. I also have pretty sensitive skin, so I'm always worried about the ingredients that come in my makeup. But with Thrive Cosmetics, I don't have to worry about any of that because all of their products are certified 100% vegan, cruelty-free, and have zero parabens, meaning they're made with clean, skin-loving ingredients. So refresh your everyday look with Thrive Cosmetics. Beauty that gives back. Right now, you can get an exclusive 10% off your first order at thrivecosmetics.com/bake. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/bake for 10% off your first order. And thank you, Thrive Cosmetics, for sponsoring today's video. And let's get into it. So anyways, she arrives at the reunion. So now we're back at the reunion, okay? Her flight arrived late, which was perfect because now she could avoid Caro, her best friend, who is now getting engaged to bad boy Coupe. You know, Caro was like, do you want to get ready together in our hotel rooms together? And she was like, no, sorry, my flight is delayed. She just wants to avoid Caro for as long as possible. She wants to talk to people. She has a plan. She has a purpose. She had planned this for the past 10 years. She's nervously fixing her dress. She walks towards the bar. And okay, so there's a bunch of tents out on the green lawn, the campus lawn. And there's like this open bar. And at first, nobody notices her. She's wearing this white dress, delicate straps, plunging neckline, booby, backless dress. 2 months mortgage on that dress. But it was worth every penny.
2 months mortgage on that dress?
Soon, every head is turning. Most girls were wearing black, just like she suspected. And she's sticking out. Adrenaline is just shaking through her. Okay, her hands are shaking. She's excited. It's
Wait, I'm
working.
so sorry. What kind of dress are we talking about?
I don't know. They don't say. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, let's continue.
Yeah. So at the bar, she orders a drink and Caro shows, oh my God, Jess! She almost spills her wine on her white dress. Jesus, Caro. Caro hugs her so tight. Look at you. You're like a sex goddess. You look so good. She reaches for her necklace, the cross, Caro, but she hasn't worn it in the past 10 years, ever since Heather died. But she still reaches for it out of habit. Jessica wants to throw up with guilt. Caro has been her best friend, like the only real friend she's had for the past 10 years. And she feels a lot of guilt. And we're going to find out why. So glad to see you, Caro. You look really good. She grabs a drink at the bar and Caro starts talking about who's all there. I mean, this whole weekend is turning out perfect. It was all Eric's big... Eric? Yeah, Eric Shelby, Heather's brother? Wait, what do you mean this was his? Oh, you should see him again. He's such a sweetheart. Caro tries to pull her to say hi to everyone, but Jessica stands her ground. She cannot leave. She needs to stay at this bar for as long as she can and let everybody see her. She has a plan. Elizabeth, Vanessa, is that you? She looks at two girls over across the bar so that she can stay at the bar, you know? A distraction, pretending to be excited. Oh my God, Jess, you're blonde now? You're so pretty. Look at you. Stop. Thank you. They ooh and ah at her being the youngest female part. I think I saw an article about you. Good. This is going exactly according to plan. Until Caro, show us the ring. Jess's stomach drops. Caro lifts up her left hand and she's wiggling her ring finger. I can't believe you're marrying Coupe. I thought he would never marry. I mean, every girl in school was in love with him, you know, but I never actually saw him date a girl. Lucky girl, you. What's because he was busy in and out of people's rooms selling? The other girl shuts up. Caro frowns. Jessica changes the subject. And, she tries to talk about something else, but then all of a sudden, everybody that she's talking to, the other girls, they stop. They don't even listen, and they look away from her. The whole room stops. This is the reaction Jessica wanted. But it's not for her. It's for Courtney Kennedy. That's Courtney Kennedy. Her name holds power, okay? Everybody spins, and sure enough, all eyes on her. She's got celebrity aura, celebrity presence, blood red dress,
She's
bright
the pretty
lips.
one, right?
Yeah. Most beautiful woman that Jessica has ever seen, even still to this day, the most beautiful. Courtney Minter now, right? What? She married Mint? They all look at Jessica. Oh, Sorry. This must be so weird for you. Jessica feels a pang of pain in her chest. The girl's envy turned to pity. This is not what it's supposed to be. They're supposed to be jealous of her, not pity. Don't be sorry. Mint and I broke up years ago. Seriously, I am over it. It's just you guys dated all through college. I mean, you guys were the it couple, and it was so refreshing, that an unlikely pairing, but now he's with such an expected girl, Courtney.
Shut the front door. They did not say that. That's the most backhanded compliment ever.
Caro notices and she excuses them to go say hi to Courtney because, guys, we're all friends, okay? But Jessica feels she's back in high school. She was nobody, not even on the list of hottest girls in school. Courtney smiles at them like a little cat. She looks like a real life Barbie doll. She hasn't seen Courtney since Mint's wedding with Courtney. Sorry I had to leave your wedding early, by the way. I never got to say bye and congratulate you. I had to catch a flight with my boyfriend at the time to Paris. Chris Bicher of Manhattan Bichers. You might know him. Have you heard of him? I heard you guys were on your way to Paris. What a shame. I thought he was going to propose on that trip. Sorry it didn't work out for you. Oh, I didn't know you had been to Paris. I didn't know you liked Paris. I thought you were more of a all-American food chain type of girl in terms of romance. I heard you and Mint first hooked up in a Wendy's bathroom.
Wait, what's going on? They're like going at it?
Oh yeah, everybody around them is gasping, okay? Everybody's like pretending to talk to each other, but yet their ears are supersonic, bad hearing, listening to the vibrational forces of what the is going on over there, okay? And then all of a sudden, Mint appears, the man Jessica was supposed to marry. He looks at her, and he always looks at her in an appraising way. Like he's proud of the way she looks, and it makes her want to sit up straighter. He puts a hand on her bare back, pulls her in for a hug. And after him, football star, now NFL player, Frankie shows up. Is that Caro and Jessica? No way. Because if it were Caro and Jessica, they would have been searching for me all night, their best friend, Frankie. And you guys haven't even said hi.
What a weirdo.
Yeah.
Where's my hug?
Where's my hug? Yeah, Frankie is definition of where's my hug. Fucking Miller, look at you. Minty, aren't you Sorry, Court. Old habits die hard. Courtney looks pissed, okay? Anyway.
Why is Courtney pissed?
Because she's married to Mint.
Wait, what did he say that Courtney's pissed?
Mint, aren't you sad you let this one go, basically?
Oh.
Yeah, and then Courtney's like, what the fork?
Hello?
Anyway, look at us all gathered here again. Well, not all, not Heather and Jack, but side note, Frankie is playing for the Saints. His suit looks very expensive and he runs off to go take pictures with some of the other alumni that are huge NFL fans, okay? And Courtney slips a possessive arm around Mint. Jeez. They talk about Frankie's dad trying to live his life even more now that his son is an NFL star. Parents can just be so creepy. And a dark voice from behind. It's like Freud said, you have to kill your father before you're going to be free. Jessica freezes.
Jack?
No, that voice triggers every nerve in her body and it makes her feel alive again. It sparks something inside of her. It's like an irresistible pull of gravity. She turns around and she can just feel him. It feels like there's nobody else in this room.
Bad boy.
Coupe. She said, they all thought that I mourned Mint, that the sight of Mint and Courtney together would set me off. Yeah, Mint hurt me, but he wasn't the person who nearly killed me, so deeply wounded me that I thought I would never heal. Mint isn't the face that I saw at night when I tossed and turned. Mint isn't the person that I betrayed so profoundly that the weight of it had seeped into everything, into my dreams, the words I spoke, the very cadence of my steps, as if I walked everywhere carrying the extra heaviness. No, that man is Coupe.
And Coupe right now is marrying who again?
The nice girl, Caro.
Oh, okay. Wow, what a combo.
Yeah. And so back to freshman year. The little group of friends are building a boat, like a float for some freshman parade. I guess like every dorm house has to build a float and they run it in the parade. And if you win, I don't know what you win, okay? But they go to their float that they had hidden in the back of the alumni building parking lot and it's sabotage. Somebody blew it up, literally blew it up. It must be one of the other dorms, okay? And there's this little note that's stuck onto their float, and it's a little stick figure boy sitting on a stick figure mom's lap, and it says, note for Mint. My mommy bought me this boat, and all of my friends, East House cheats, love Chapman House. So Chapman House blew up their boat, and they're saying that Mint, I don't know why, they're dogging on Mint. They're saying the rich boy, mommy buys him all of his friends, mommy buys him this boat, mommy buys everything.
Yeah.
and East House dorms are cheaters.
Okay.
Which is not that crazy of a note, you know? Most people are just giggling at it, but Mint walks over and he's reading the paper like he's analyzing this stick figure note. Like, are you sure this is about me? And Courtney is rubbing up on him because of course she is. Courtney and Mint, like Courtney is desperate for Mint since freshman year. And it kind of makes Jessica jealous. Because just the two of them is so picture perfect. Their parents run in the same circles. Their socioeconomic status is the same circle. Their looks are the same. Everything about them is like you just expect them to be together. Coupe walks up, the bad boy, and he puts his hand on Mint's shoulder. I told you to double down on leg days, man. Bottom half of you is too thin. Look at this stick figure. It's pretty accurate. He's joking, but Mint yanks his shoulder. Get the fuck off of me. Nobody was expecting this. So Mint, Nepo baby Mint has problems. He doesn't want to be known as a Nepo baby. He wants to be known for himself, okay? And he's got anger issues. Coupe glances at Jessica. And he smirks at her. And it's a brief second. It feels like every time he does this, when they're always in a group of all 7 of them, plus Courtney, he always has this moment where he looks at her and it feels like they're in this private room together, just the two of them. It's not funny, fucking losers. Mint starts kicking the float once, twice, and over again. And he's like red in the face. And then Frankie, the football player, comes in and he's like his little minion. He starts helping kick the float. And it's weird. Jack sits down on the curb in defeat. I mean, what are we going to do now? Heather sits next to him and his cheeks get all red. Okay, so alone, Heather, Caro, and Jessica are really close. The 3 girls of the 7. I know there's so many names. Okay,
yeah.
Let me break it down for
you.
Yeah. Heather is confident, rich girl. She's actually best friends with Courtney.
Yeah.
The mean girl. Like they're roommates and everything. But she also likes Caro.
Courtney's the mean girl?
Mm-hmm. Caro is the nice girl. Courtney is mean. Courtney's the one marrying Mint.
Oh, Courtney is not part of the 7. That's so confusing. This 7 thing is throwing me off.
Yeah, and I feel like the names are all like Coupe, Caro, Courtney.
Yeah,
like,
why is Courtney
confusing.
not part of the 7? Do we know?
She like does her own thing.
But she's always in the group and in the story and dating with them. Okay, so, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So alone, Heather, Caro, and Jessica are pretty close. And Heather would tell them everything that Jack would tell her. So Jack and Heather are together. Heather's the dead one, okay? And Jack is accused of killing her. And she would say that, yeah, Jack's never been kissed. He was never even allowed to have a girlfriend growing up. He grew up in a super religious house. And I'm just going to be patient, but I always make the first move. Courtney mainly is worried that this is going to look bad on her Chai-O application. Courtney, the mean girl, Barbie. Should I just call her Barbie?
She's the pretty girl.
That is marrying Mint.
Yes.
Okay.
So Courtney is the pretty girl.
Yeah. Courtney the Barbie is very upset because she wanted to win this float competition because she's applying for the top sorority on campus, Chai-O. This sorority is so exclusive. They might take 1 or 2 new girls a year. They're like the minute you get into this sorority, doors open up everywhere, even on campus. If you're Chai-O, nobody needs to get to know you. They already know that you're hot shit. She's trying to get in, and this is gonna fuck everything up, okay? The second fraternity, Kappa or whatever, is not even close to being second. Nothing compares to Chai-O. You get to live 4 years as a queen if you get in. Jessica walks over to Mint and his arms are folded and he looks like he's just stewing. And she puts his hand on his shoulder. He doesn't look at her, but he doesn't pull away. I overreacted, but I think it's Charles from Chapman House and his family knows my family and it just feels so personal that he blew up our fucking float. You know he's just jealous, right? Mint turns. He kind of smirks. Jealous? Bruh, Mint?
Come on.
A bozo. Mint? Nothing in his eyes. I would look at Mint, the world would be on fire, and I'd be like, I don't think he knows what's going on right now. I'd be like, okay, simple sentences. Let me try to explain this. Like, that's Mint, okay? Obviously, they're jealous of you. And he's like the type that he can't help but smile. Like, when people are like, you're hot, he can't help but smile. Okay, he can't even hide it. He's so happy. He's like...
You think so?
Stop. You think so? If I was the only boy in the world... if you had to list all the hot boys, who would you list? That's him. He's smiling and Courtney smirks behind them. Jessica, I know you think you have the best chance when he's all wounded and down, but we have bigger problems right now, like the float. So Barbie has always been into Mint, and Barbie is just like really annoyed right now. And Jessica's embarrassed because it feels like she's naked. It feels like everybody in the group just saw right through her motivations. And Heather cuts in. Heather, the dead girl, cuts in. You're such a raging bitch, Courtney. Okay, cut it out. This is crazy. Kind of surprising because Heather is best friends with Courtney. This is her roommate.
Yeah.
But it's also not surprising because Heather is very much a right or wrong type of person. She's good or bad. For Heather, she doesn't believe in gray area. She believes everything is black and white, which Jessica is kind of annoyed by because that's something that you can only afford to think this way if you're born rich. Easy life, easy boundaries. Of course, you can be so morally upstanding when you're already rich. Okay, must be nice.
That's kind of deep, actually.
Yeah.
I like that. Wow.
That's so true. You can always be on a high horse when you're rich.
Like you can afford the consequences to even speak your mind or choose a side.
And you can be on the high horse of like, well, I would never do that because it's like you can afford to do other things then.
Wow.
Whereas,
like
But Courtney is stunned. Are you fucking serious? You're backing her up? Yes. Stop punching down.
Wait a minute. Stop punching down.
Courtney's looking around, looking at Mint, waiting for backup, but nobody comes to her rescue. Fine, whatever. You guys have fun wasting your time on a lost cause. And I'm not talking about the float. And she glances at Jessica.
Wait a minute. Okay, so Courtney, the Barbie, hates Jessica because they both like the same boy. Mm-hmm. That's it. So she became a bitch and she basically left the group.
Yes, and she's basically saying that Jessica is not one of them.
Ah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Like all of them, Coupe, he's special. He doesn't have any money either. He doesn't come from a good background, but everybody loves him. He's got social currency almost. Same with Caro. Like she's just, she comes from an okay family and she's so sweet and all these things, you know?
But they're saying Jessica is not one of them?
It almost feels like Jessica reeks of wanting to be one of them. That it makes her not one of them. Whereas Coupe and Jack and Caro, they're genuinely friends with them. And they might not be as wealthy as them, but...
So would you say... Jessica was the most insecure one out of them?
Yeah, so insecure. Yeah.
Got it. But does she show it?
I think they can sense it.
At least Courtney sensed it. I see.
Yeah. But for Jessica, though, Heather is her new goddess, not Mint. I mean, the way that Heather is standing up for her. Heather is her new son. And Jack interrupts. Guys, I have an idea. Okay. But it's illegal. So they're going to steal Chapman House's float. They're going to steal it and they're going to write it. They're going to... So every float has a banner and Chapman House says Chapman House on there. They're going to steal it and exit out and write East House 7 on there because it's 7 of them that stole it. And it's just going to be a whole thing. They're going to steal the float and right before and change it to the East House float. They're going to win and it's going to be perfect. Heather is just... I mean, she's confused. There's no way. How are we even going to get the keys to the float? You know who has the keys to the float? The guy that runs Chapman House, Charles. And guess who he has a crush on? Caro. Caro's gonna go into his room acting like she wants to hang out with him and steal the fucking keys. No way. Caro is not gonna sell her body, okay, for us to win a float contest. And I mean, she hates Charles anyway. Don't you, Caro? She takes one for the team. They steal the float, but the float theme is the beach, the Chapman House. So each float has a theme, and the Chapman House chose beach. So all of them are wearing skimpy bikinis on the float and dancing around during the parade.
Wait, so they like kind of hauled the whole boat out of their storage room? To okay.
Yeah. And they're on bikinis in the parade. And Jessica feels self-conscious. And the other girls look so good. And she turns to Caro. How did you even get the keys? I fell asleep before you got back. How did you... Caro's face is red. It took a very long time. Never mind how. Strange. But I don't know. But they just start waving to the crowd. And the Chapman boys start standing in front of the float because they realize that their float has been stolen. And they see it right now. And the banner says Chapman House. And it's been crossed out in black marker and says East House. What the hell? Okay, they're not going to let them get to the finish line in this float. So they're standing in front of the float and they don't know what to do. They need to get to the end of the finish line to win the float contest. So Jessica, I don't know where she's getting this from. She's always been a by the rules type of bitch. But this group is bringing something out inside of her. Let's shoot the fireworks at them. Frankie loves the idea. Oh yeah, he grabs the firework, aims it, but his bathing suit lights on fire and he has to take it off and suddenly he's butt naked, wee-wee hanging out. The firework is whizzing upwards. I mean, the crowd is fleeing from the fireworks. The administrators don't know what to do. Coupe and Heather are also crazy. They're setting off more fireworks. Coupe is the bad boy, Heather is the rich girl. I guess rich girl doesn't understand consequences, okay? Mm-hmm. And they're directing it right above the Chapman boys and they're running away screaming. Why did Jessica think that this was a good idea? Okay, she cannot afford to get kicked out, okay? But something about being around them, she feels like a new person. They do get in trouble. They do get sent to the dean's office. They get in trouble for indecent exposure, illicit fireworks, and complaints from irate Chapman Hall students. In the end, they have 2 months community service because Mint is a rich guy and his parents are donors to the school and Frankie is the football star of the school. What are they going to do? They can't just yell at the other 5 and let 2 of them get away because they need them, you know? So they get nothing. Administrators kind of hate the 7, but the students, oh, they love them. These 7 are now the kings of the world, okay? Phi Delta is like the top fraternity. It's the fraternity that Chi Omega is in sororities. So fraternities are for boys, sororities are for girls. And this is the top fraternity. When they walk into that party at Phi Delta that night, which the guys of the 7, they're trying to pledge Phi Delta. They're trying to get in.
Oh, okay.
The girls are trying to get into Chi O.
Yeah.
And everyone is so impressed.
They want them.
Oh, these guys are basically getting into Phi Delta. But the girls are also what anyone can talk about. The bikinis, older college kids are calling them a breath of fresh air. Whatever that means. Courtney's the only one that's pissed. Because she wasn't on the freaking float, remember? She abandoned them. And now she's not getting this star treatment. And she's standing in the corner of the party surrounded by her little army. She's got her other friends that look like little knockoffs of her. And they're all just like, I'm Chanel number 1. I'm Chanel number 2. I'm Chanel number 3. Like, that's them, okay? Could have been East House 8, but it's now East House 7. Anyway, she's at the party and Jessica feels so good in Heather's sheer black dress. Heather's wearing Jessica's pink dress. And while they were getting ready that day, Heather saw her staring at her black dress in the closet. A week ago, they had gone shopping together and Jessica almost fainted looking at the price of the dress, but Heather bought it without even checking the price. She didn't want to borrow it because that makes her look broke, right? But Heather offered it. No, wear it. You'll look good. You know what? It'll be a trade. I want to wear your pink dress anyway. Put it on.
Wow, she's so nice.
And then Heather puts on the pink dress and says, look, it's just perfectly down market.
Perfectly what?
Down market. I guess it's like vintage vibes. But it's not vintage.
Oh.
And that reminds her of what she said to Courtney earlier that day. Stop punching down. And Jessica realizes, yeah, we're friends. But Heather sees her as beneath her.
I mean, shit. But Heather is being nice, correct?
Yeah, she's just
don't know what to say.
She's just kind of no EQ, kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Okay, but I do think she's nice so far.
Yeah.
But like really no EQ. Why would you say that, girly pop?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's giving girly pop. She's giving kind of like lollipop, nothing. But like nice. Yeah.
So how does Jessica feel about Heather?
She likes Heather. She ignores it so that she can wear the dress. And she thinks, maybe I am beneath her. At the party, Mint loves the fact that he's going to get into Phi Delta. He's the type to pretend like he doesn't care, but he literally physically cannot hide his grin. I don't know. He has no poker face. His face muscles do not give him away. And, oh, you're getting into Chayo for sure, by the way. He's telling Jessica. Because Jessica just went from being old Jessica Miller to one of the star East House 7. And she sees Heather and Jack head off to dance together in the middle of the dance floor. And Heather looks at Jack like he's the only person in the entire world. And she's always leading. That's what the friends realize. And she's in the middle and they're all watching. And she finally pulls his face in and starts making out with him. And everybody starts cheering, finally. Frankie's whistling and he turns to Mint. Mint turns to Jessica. And he grabs her hand, spins her around, and drags her onto the dance floor. So clear couplings are coming apart. Heather and Jack are together. Heather's going to die, and Jack is going to be accused of being her killer. Caro and Frankie, actually.
The nice girl and the jock.
The footballer. But she ends up marrying the bad boy. So it's like a whole thing. But in college, because remember, everyone was like, I never thought you even liked each other.
Yeah.
So she's with football boy, and now Jessica is with Money Mint.
Yes.
But where's Coupe? They're like, where is Coupe? They're all looking for him because he's the last one. And Mint points outside, and he's in the backyard having a serious conversation with two older fraternity brothers. And they all yell, Coupe, come on, dance with us.
The bad boy, right?
Yeah, he looks at them and smiles and goes back to his conversation. But he turns around once more and stares at Jessica, who raises her eyebrows like a challenge.
What does that mean?
Like, come on. And he says bye to the other guys, maintains her eye contact, and walks over to the dance floor.
Wait. Who challenged who?
Jessica. Because Jessica and Coupe, they keep having these little moments where they look at each other.
So Coupe is kind of interested in her too.
Yes.
So right now there are two boys, Coupe and the rich Mint, which is kind of a loser mama boy, no?
Yeah, and kind of like very superficial vibes.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't seem to have like a...
Yeah, like not giving like rich, mysterious man.
Coupe walks over, but instead of walking over to Jessica, who's with Mint, he walks straight over to Caro, pushing Frankie off, spinning her, and making all of them laugh.
Oh.
Jessica wants to kill someone, but Mint grabs her and spins her around. Everybody starts dancing, and deep down, Jessica knows this is as good as it's going to get, because from here on out, their friendship is going to spiral into destruction.
Who? All seven of them?
Yeah.
What?
This is their height. Now, it's time for the girls to rush for their sororities. This is still in college. Now, Caro's freaking out. If they don't get into Chi-O, their lives are over. Jessica also knows Chi-O is like the stamp on the forehead. Wherever you go, everyone will know you are the best, you are beautiful, you are untouchable, everybody wants you. It's that exclusive. She has to get in. All the girls are gathered. A Greek life president comes over the microphone. All right, ladies, the time is now. Open your envelopes and race to your new sorority homes on campus to your new sisters. They await you. So all the freshmen are going to open their envelopes to see which sororities pick them, and they get to rush to the sorority house. Jessica rips open, and Caro screams, I got Kappa! Ah! It's the second best. I know it's not Chi-O, but they're still cool.
Who said this?
Caro, the nice girl.
Okay.
Jessica can't even listen. She rips her open. Jessica Miller, we are excited to have you as a member of Kappa Kappa Gamma's pledge class. Jessica can feel the sobs in her throat. She cannot cry. She cannot cry in front of everyone. Not right now. Meanwhile, off to the side, Heather and Courtney are screaming up and down, Chi-O, Chi-O! Cara asks, oh my God, what did you get? She can't even talk. Jessica just shoves the card at her. Oh, perfect. We're both going to be in Kappa together. Jessica ignores her, rushes to her feet, rushes out of there. She's running opposite side of the sorority houses. She's going back to her dorms in East House 7, okay? She's got tears in her eyes. She's failed. Again, second best, always. She can barely see. That's how much she's crying when she's running up all the steps in East House 7, and she runs straight into a very hard, rock-hard taktakan surface, who happens to not be drywall, okay? Why are men always shaped like drywall? She runs into Coupe. Bad boy.
Bad boy.
What's wrong? And he has his hands on his shoulder. Okay, she just wants to go. She just wants to be alone and cry. You can tell me. What's wrong, Jessica? I didn't get into Chi-O. What's wrong with me? I got into f***ing Kappa. This is about, that's just some elitist bullshit, right? Why do you even care? It's designed. Sorority Greek life is designed to make you not feel good about yourself and hate yourself. That's what Jessica starts sobbing. And Coupe realizes, wait, she's actually upset. So he escorts Jessica to his room that he shares with Mint, and it's empty. Look, if you feel really that bad, we can go egg Chi-O's house or something. No, I don't want to egg their house. And it's okay. You don't have to comfort me right now. Jessica starts analyzing the room. One side, super masculine. Mint side, expensive sheets, trophies everywhere, super neat. Another side, there's band posters, bright neon pink sheets. It's like very cool, things a mess. Stay here. I'm going to get us some root beer and red vines. You like red vines, like Twizzlers, right? You always eat them when you study, I see. Here, let me grab them for you. No, it's okay. Trust me, it's fine. It'll be quick. He leaves and she's busy checking her face in the mirror and mascara is like leaking down her eyes, which like, why is this the worst day of her life? And the door swings open and it's Mint. Oh, sorry. No, it's okay. It's just with Coupe and I can leave. You're crying. Oh, it's sorority bid day, isn't it? Of course Mint knew, but Coupe doesn't, okay? Come on, it's okay. What's wrong? What happened? I didn't get into Trio. What did you get? Kappa? Hey, Kappa's really good. You don't have to lie to me. I know Chio's the best. Courtney and Heather both got in. Heather got into Chio? I know, right? I don't mean to be... And she stops because, okay, you know, Jessica never lets her jealousy show. It's not pretty. But let's be real. Heather is barely pretty. Her forehead is too big. She's short. She's not that smart. And she's not even that much more popular than Jessica. Just comparing the two, Jessica is better.
She's saying this?
No, she's thinking it.
Oh.
Which is because Heather has only been nice to her. But, you know, that should have been hers. What if it was a mistake? What if they got the invitations mixed up? Look, Chio made a mistake by not choosing you, Jessica. So just show them. How do I show them they made a mistake? Kappa is number 2 sorority, right? All you have to do is take them to the number 1 spot. Rush harder. Beat them at their own game. I can help you. Really? Sure, of course. Basically, he's going to make Kappa a hotter sorority. Okay? Tell me something embarrassing about yourself, Mint. Please? I just bared my soul and all my failures to you. I have to level our friendship. Mint's cheeks turn pink. A secret? Tell me a secret that you've never told anybody else. You swear to never repeat it? Swear. My mom? His voice catches like he's seriously about to cry. Oh my God, is she dead? Last year I found out my mom cheated on my dad. It was humiliating. She's been having an affair for quite some time now. Everyone found out and she refused to end the affair. I expected my dad to leave or divorce her, but no. He's so weak. He just lets her walk all over him, let this man emasculate him completely. He cried for days, begging my mom not to leave him, said that she could keep seeing that guy or any other guy that she wanted. Everyone found out about that too, and now they whisper about my dad being some sort of cuck. Mint's voice is now angry. I hate my dad. He's the biggest coward I know. Oh. Jessica opens up about how she hates her dad too, you know, always comparing her to his Ivy League degree that he doesn't even really use, you know, and clearly they're still broke because he doesn't use it. She's very upset about being broke, okay? I can't believe you told me something so personal, Mint. Well, you asked. I didn't think you would actually. Well, I like you, Jessica Miller. What? She's like, it felt like winning the lottery. This is the golden ticket, like the Willy Wonka golden ticket. You're lying. I don't believe you. Why wouldn't I? Because you're Mint. I like the way you think of me.
Ah! Bruh. Red flag.
Bruh. Also just like emptiness. Emptiness. I feel like I would have riveting conversations with a microwave that's not even plugged in compared to this guy, okay? It was crazy. He leans in and starts making out with her.
Oh. Okay. Go for it.
The most perfect boy on campus is making out with her. And she pushes back and says, I like you too. But then the door slams open. Root beer dropped. Coupe is standing there. Back to the reunion. Jessica's hell on earth. Caro walks past Jessica to kiss Coupe. Watching them is like watching some sort of romantic horror movie that just merged into a horror movie, okay? Jessica stabs her heels into the grass. Otherwise, she might collapse. They all toast to Cara and Coupe's upcoming wedding, and Jessica can barely lift her glass. Coupe says, to Caro Rodriguez, a living saint who rescued me from depression and poverty after law school. May I eventually be a worthy man of you, Caro. Everyone sings to Caro and Coupe. Courtney feels like everything is too nice, too happy dandy, okay? She says, this is Barbie girl. Speaking of depression and poverty, guess who I saw working this function? Eric, Heather's brother. Why is he always creeping around our class? Isn't he such a weirdo? Caro, the nice girl, looks pissed. He works here, and you should be a kinder person, Courtney.
Wait. Courtney?
Yeah, the one
Barbie?
wearing mint, Barbie.
Who's best friends with Heather?
Yes.
And now Heather's brother is working at the event, and she's making fun of him?
Yeah.
What? What?
Jessica excuses herself to get another drink at the bar, and nothing is going according to plan. She didn't realize that Mint and Courtney were going to show up so quickly. She thought they were going to be late, and everybody pities her because they think that she's still in love with Mint. And the whole thing with Coupe is, and Eric is just watching them like some sort of shark in the water looking for blood. This is not what she wanted. She needs to show and prove that she's brilliant, beautiful, successful Jessica. She's running to the bar when she hears a voice. Running away. It's the deep rumble because she knows that voice. She can literally feel him before she hears him, sees him, like the gravitational pull, okay, in between her legs. She spins around and it's Coupe. I guess old habits die hard. Always going for the low blows. I guess that strategy always works for you, Coupe. And he smiles. Why are you even here, Coupe? Why wouldn't I be? Old Coupe thought reunions were stupid. New Coupe doesn't. That's right, new Coupe, lawyer, engaged to Caro. Jessica almost forgot. Well, glad to see you then. Now, if you can excuse me. And he catches her arm, and this man is engaged to her best friend who has been nothing but truly pure nice to her. Mm-hmm. We're not going to talk about it? And she feels a chill running down her skin, goosebumps. He leans in closer, and don't you dare say, talk about what? I don't think there's anything to talk about. It's been a year. Can we just be honest for once? In our goddamn lives, please? Having honest conversations is what ruined everything in the first place, Coupe. So you do remember what happened a year ago. I thought you said you were drunk at my engagement party.
They did it.
I don't think they did it. But she remembers she was at the bar at their engagement party and she was very drunk. And he's asking her right now at the reunion, were you honest a year ago or were you drunk? Okay, she remembers everyone at the engagement party except Mint and Courtney. They were like jetting off, summering somewhere. And she remembers being so wasted and whispering to Coupe, don't marry her. You're supposed to love me. Bruh. Leave with me right now. And let's run away.
And why is he bringing this up now? Like, that's also messed up.
Yeah, and he tells her, Jess, you're drunk. You don't mean any of this because if you did, it would be the cruelest thing that you've ever done. Caro is your best friend. But right now, Coupe is holding her elbow, the veins in his arms. Oh, sexy. She feels alive again, but she can't, okay? I was drunk. Coupe closes his eyes and then opens it again. And it just looks like he's so hurt. He's in pain. Coward.
Bruh, please.
I know.
What's wrong with these people?
Exactly. So back in college, Jessica is in debt. $10,000 in credit card debt. And it's going into collections, okay? It's like collecting. Like they're sending her red envelopes, which is like, hey, bitch, you better pay up or else, right? And it's just the juxtaposition of everything going on with her friends makes her even more depressed. Heather's parents just surprised her with a new BMW. Jessica's parents don't even show up for parent weekend. They leave her with nothing, not even money. Heather is always the type to say things like, not everything in this world is about money. Same with her mom. Okay, things that people with more money than enough money can dream of saying. Nobody else can say that. Her Audi is only 5 years old and she gets a new BMW. And the campus is very walkable. Why does she need a car? Heather doesn't need to worry about choosing a practical major like econ. She can choose art history if she wants. She fits in wherever she goes because that's what money buys you. Meanwhile, Jessica has to drive herself in debt just to have a tenth, a fifth of what Heather has. And Mint, yeah, they're dating now, but he's the epitome of gets whatever he wants at the drop of a hat. She loves him, kind of, but their lives are so different. So, parent weekend, Jessica goes to cry and hide inside of this tower. I don't know. I imagine like one of those clock towers, okay? And she hears a voice. Jess? Coupe? You always seem to find me at my lowest. Well, you're the one that actually finds me. I was here first. Sorry, I'll go. And he sees her crying. Should I grab Mint? I think he's with his parents at the steakhouse, but I can just pop in. It's okay. Thank you, though. Mint is the last person that would understand her right now. And Coupe is about to leave. Wait, can you actually stay for a second? Sure. Are you going to make me guess what's wrong again? Nothing's wrong. Lying again, I see. And he snatches the envelope from her and reads it. And Jess wants to die. But he tells her, my dad left when I was 7. My mom's a single mom. You think I've never seen a debt collector's envelope before? Really? None of the rest of the spoiled assholes would understand, but I get it. Apologies for slandering your boyfriend, but no matter how much you love Mint, he is the king of the frat, beloved by all professors, and has more money than he needs. You seem jealous. I am, but not because of any of that.
Bruh. So they're not getting together. Why? Because she
wants to be with Mint.
Because of his status.
Yeah, she feels like if she's with Coupe, it's just both of them are struggling financially, and what? That's not the way for her to live the life she wants after college.
Wow.
It's like the K-dramas, you know. Truly. Okay, he looks at her and there's this electric charge. You're gonna pay off the debt though, right? I can't. Neither can my parents. They don't even know that I opened up a credit card. I did it so I can have the same things as everybody else. I don't know why I did that. I'm so screwed. They're gonna sue me. It's gonna go into collections. I'll give you the money. That's insane. Where would you even get? Come on, like you don't know? So he sells drugs. Okay, he's a drug dealer. Yeah, Coupe, it's very dangerous. People get killed over drugs. Well, scholarship money only goes so far. I can't add more to my mom's plate. She's already struggling with her rent as it is. Side note, Jessica did not get a scholarship. She's not as smart as Coupe, but this is the best school that she got into, and her parents hate her for going into debt for her school, but she needs a school like this. She needs prestige. She needs it on her resume. Besides, what do her parents care? Her dad was so busy popping pills, barely there mentally, emotionally. The only time that he stopped doing drugs and popping those pills to feel nothing was when Jessica said that she was going to apply to Harvard. He helped her every weekend. They bonded. They were the closest that they had ever been until she got rejected. He locked himself in the bedroom, didn't come out for days, and he would never make eye contact with her for like 2 months after that. But what is she going to do? Tell Coupe that? Never mind, you wouldn't get it. Jess, I get everything about you. I know you're obsessed with making Kappa the #1 sorority because you didn't get into Chio. I know you're obsessed with Mint and the Phi Delts because everybody else is, and it's just a status symbol. And I know you sneak Adderall to study all night, even though econ makes you want to die and you hate it. And now I know you're in debt just so you can fit in.
What is this, FBI?
But the way he says it, there's no judgment in his eyes.
Yeah, because he likes her.
I know that you would do anything to be #1 because you're kind of a sociopath. That is the single worst, rudest thing that someone has ever said to me, okay? But Jessica still doesn't feel angry. Something about it just feels very intimate, like he's the only one that sees her. They start making out. They just throw themselves at each other like she is ravenous. Like she just got off a 16-hour flight and she's had diarrhea the whole airplane ride. There was no airplane food. They shut down. I don't know. There was no snacks. There was no Biscoff cookies. And she just got off the flight and she's hungry. She is starving. She needs this man. And he pulls away. Are you sure? Yes. And they're smashing into each other. Listen, I don't know how you're not chipping a tooth. They never wanted anyone so badly. You're my best friend's girlfriend, and I'm not like Mint. I'm not the golden boy. And he slams her up against the wall, and her legs are wrapped around him. I have wanted this since the first day I saw you, Jessica, wearing that little pleated skirt to class. I have been thinking about this day for the past 3 years, so I'm assuming it's junior year already, okay? Uh-huh. You can leave right now. Otherwise, you're mine the way it should have been. And they do it. And the next day in her dorm room on her desk are 2 envelopes, $10,000 in cash.
So he paid her.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, I would feel a little bit like you couldn't wait 48 hours. Because now I feel, I mean, honestly though, if someone was paying me $10,000 to make out, I'll do it. Come here.
Honey, that's illegal.
Oh yeah. I guess it is illegal. But if we're married, is it illegal? Exactly. Loophole. Is it illegal if we're married? Okay, anyway, Jessica needs to escape Coupe at the reunion. So we're back at the reunion and he's all like, you're a coward. Okay, and she runs back to the tent where the party is, the one place that she cannot be alone with Coupe because all the times they're alone, bad things happen. But Caro instantly grabs her arm. Eric, say hi to Eric. The others, all of them are standing around Heather's brother. And he is no longer the nervous little brother of Heather's because he was a freshman when they were seniors. Mm-hmm. Instead, he's smiling, but it's like a sharp tooth smile, like he's analyzing them. Everybody but Caro is uncomfortable. Coupe, Mint, everybody's uncomfortable. Eric looks at Jessica. Oh yeah, I work at the alumni office now. I like being surrounded by memories, everyone. Don't you guys? Caro smiles. She's the only one that can't read the room. She doesn't even know, okay? I was just telling Jess and the others how incredible you did this weekend, Eric. You were the mastermind of the reunion. I was thinking, since you're all here, gathered together for once, it's almost like Heather's 10-year anniversary too, if you think about it. Why don't we all take an opportunity to remember my sister? Everybody starts shifting uncomfortably because it feels wrong. Jessica hates it. It's not about Heather. It's about her and her new success with the fork. But Coupe speaks up. What do you have in mind? Why don't we go to her memorial and pay our respects, seeing as she can't come to us? Jessica looks around. Nobody wants to go. They all want Eric to go away. He's like haunting them. He's reminding them of what they've been running from. Mint swallows. Yeah, I guess it's the least we can do, right? Just a quick little memorial visit. Courtney hisses at Mint. But let's make it fast. I have a lot more people I need to catch up with. This is his wife, okay? Caro smiles at Eric. I think that's a very sweet idea, Eric. Jesus Christ. Jessica is like, Caro could never read people. She doesn't even realize that Eric isn't doing this because he wants to remember his sister with her so-called best friends. Anyway, there's this tree planted next to East House. This was Heather's favorite place on campus, and that is her memorial. But as they're walking, he starts telling them, wrong way, guys. Jessica spins around. I think we know the way to East House, okay? It's been 10 years, but we have a new memorial for Heather. It's much more meaningful. He starts guiding them, and everybody is confused because he's walking straight towards Phi Delta, the fraternity. Jessica hisses at Mint. Fucking do something. Courtney steps in. Don't tell my husband what to do. Frankie tells him, I think we just have to go with Heather's brother. Caro cheerfully says, we lost a friend, but he lost more, okay? Let's give him a small part of the night. Whatever he needs is closure. Jessica wants to run away, but her legs guide her straight in front of Phi Delta House, which is empty. Where are the new college kids? Where's the fraternity brothers? Why is it empty? Mint turns to Eric. Why is the house empty? The alumni office, the one that I work for, decided it would be much more comfortable for the Phi Delta brothers to spend the weekend at the chancellor's estate. You cleared out the fraternity house? All of them are out right now? Come on, guys, make yourself at home. It's empty. This is your old stomping grounds, is it not? Your castle? Isn't this where you kids said where the magic happens? Courtney turns to Mint. He's so fucking creepy. They all follow Eric in, and he leads them to the dark furthest corner of the house to the basement door. The basement? Let's just get this over with. They all start walking down the Phi Delta basement where all the secret hazing rituals had taken place. A windowless room. This is where all the cool kids would hang out. Nobody could see them, hear them. They could do whatever. You'd always see the cool kids making out under there, okay? Finally, after 10 long years since you guys have graduated and moved on, what have you guys all been up to? Don't tell me. Let me guess. You got married, engaged, became professional athletes, business leaders, lawyers. You turned out so successful just like everybody suspected, right? Didn't you? Courtney chimes in. Some of us even became social media stars. Girl, read the room. Read the room.
Wait, Courtney is... What is
She's
Courtney?
An influencer.
Oh. Wait, she's very proud of that, huh?
Yeah, read the room. Okay. Do you know how embarrassing it is to tell people your occupation when you're an influencer? I gotta be like, I'm in marketing. Okay. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. I'm dumb, I know. Okay. Anyway, Eric is like, you want to know what I've been up to? After the cops gave up on Heather's case and let the murderer walk around free, I've spent every last day investigating her murder. For the past 10 years, I've been following leads that the police didn't, following rumors by students, things nobody realized were all connected, and the cops missed so much. Frankie steps in. Eric, come on. We're all really sorry. We're all grieving, but isn't it time to put this all behind us? This can't be healthy. My sister was stabbed 17 times while she was sleeping in a bed. Who cares about healthy? I care about justice. This is the last place she was seen alive. I'd like to come here and picture her alive, breathing, being happy, oblivious to what someone is going to do to her. Heather died the night of the sweetheart ball, and Heather was Jack's girlfriend, so she was in running for Phi Delta's sweetheart of the night. But Caro is confused. I thought the last time she was seen was screaming at Jack at the Bishop Hall. Right, that's what Molly and Chris Hollywell said. But plenty of you know that that's not true. She was spotted alive later that night, right here in this very basement, pre-gaming for the ball with a group of fraternity brothers and one Miss Courtney Kennedy. Courtney Minter, excuse you? Not now. Okay, Courtney? Not now. Nobody saw her leave this room. The next morning, Jack found her body. Courtney snaps now. And why are you telling us this? We all know what Jack did. Heather told me to my face in this room that they were over for good. They had a big fight. The weapon was found in his room under his bed. He tried to look innocent, but he's a psychopath. Look at his background. He practically grew up in a religious cult and he snapped. It's the police's fault that they didn't find more evidence to nail him. Why don't you put more of your energy into berating the police? Eric smirks. Except the problem is, Jack didn't actually kill my sister. What? Coupe snaps. And what the hell do you know? I know a lot. You'd be amazed at what people say around a skinny loser that looks like he can't hurt a fly. People tell you all sorts of things. Sick, really. Heather loved you all. Her best friends. And all of you are fucking liars. For years, I have traced leads, putting the pieces together, and guess what I uncovered? You really want to know? Jessica starts screaming no in her head. No, no. Jack did not kill Heather. But someone in this room did. One of you is a monster hiding behind a mask. And that is where I leave you with part one.
I knew it.
And I will see you guys in part 2 next week, the finale of In My Dreams, I Hold a Knife. Please let me know in the comments, if you have not read the book, what your guesses are. If you haven't read, don't spoil it. Yes, but if you haven't read, I want to read the comments and see how many people get it right later.
Okay, I'm going to make a prediction.
Yes.
I think, shit. I know who did.
Who?
It's going to be Cooper.
Coupe.
Really? Yeah. Because Jessica is so freaked out and the only person she cares about is Coupe. I don't think Jessica did.
I don't think so. It'd be too obvious.
Right, but I think it's Coupe. And he did it for...
Jessica?
I don't know. Some other reasons, maybe. I don't know.
That's good. That's a good one. Okay, well, I will see you guys next week. Bye.